song is so good.
Now on, it's gonna be Michael Jackson. Oh, you mean the drum machine Horn Ranger guy? Yeah, that's great.
In some ways, this is like post-dubstep pop music.
Everybody's playing guitar.
Everybody's playing guitar.
Searching for something to say.
This has counterpoint, this has harmonies. There's the staccato thing that the other things are doing, but there's also long, luscious notes.
I feel like we could do a whole other episode on just the evolution of Chicago.
Welcome back to Professional Musicians React.
We're gonna dive into iconic horn lines today with two iconic horn players. Is that a thing people say, horn players?
Nope.
Okay. We're gonna be talking about Michael Jackson's Wannabe Startin Somethin, Chicago's 25 or 6 to 4, and Mark Ronson's Uptown Funk. And with us, we have one of my best friends, CJ Camieri. CJ's played with Bon Iver, Sufjan Stevens, Rufus Wainwright. He has 2 Grammys. Paul Simon, we don't want to leave out Paul. You've played with Sting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the list goes on and on. We only have a limited amount of time here to talk.
And here we got Jacob Cesny. We're so lucky to have Jacob. Jacob is a saxophonist, multi-instrumentalist, has performed with the Mike Posner Band, with the house band for American Idol, also The Voice. You've played with Kanye West. You've played with Kesha. You've played with John Legend. You've played with Shawn Mendes. So many. We're so lucky to have you, Jacob. Welcome to the show.
Am I your best friend too?
You're my best friend in the whole world, even though we just met this morning.
Most important.
And in the booth, we have Tim Sonnefeld, Grammy Award-winning engineer, producer, multi-instrumentalist, and arranger. Jack, what's a song that you've been listening to on repeat lately?
This is a band called Crumb, and the song is called Part 3.
What do you guys got?
I've been listening to a lot of Sylvan Esso.
In the neon lights, singing Hello Underworld, got vibes. 35, 49.
John Brion from his I Heart Huckabee soundtrack.
Yes! I love that soundtrack.
He won.
If something's everlasting.
I talked about Yeba in another episode, but
yeah.
but Louis Bag from the Live at Electric Lady.
Let's start with Michael Jackson's Wannabe Startin Somethin. Tim, can you tell us a little bit about the song?
It is a single from Thriller, which of course is the best-selling album of all time, 70 million copies sold. It was originally written for his sister LaToya, who was having issues with her sister-in-law. But Michael ended up recording the song. She frequently covers it at concerts. The track was originally recorded in 1978 to be included in Off the Wall. It sounds very off the wall, but it was later re-recorded in 1982 for this record. We've got, of course, Quincy Jones on the production, Michael Jackson on everything, composer, writer, co-producer, vocals, drum machine. David Williams is playing guitar. Louis Johnson's playing bass. Paulino Da Costa is playing percussion. Jerry Hay and Gary Grant are on trumpets and flugelhorns. Larry Williams is on saxophone and flute. Bill Reichenbach is on trombone. Michael and Jerry Hay did the horn arrangement together. Greg Philingance is on the Rhodes and the synth. Mike Boddicker is on synth, as well as Bill Wolfer. And there were some claps and stomps in the bathroom with Michael and Nelson Hayes and Stephen Ray. There we go. It's a lot of production credits.
Sick. Hit it, Jack.
Here we go. This is Michael Jackson, Wannabe Startin Somethin.
Starting something.
good. It's so good. It's such a party.
Yeah, it's a party.
It's a party with some surprising guests. Like
Yes.
there are surprises all over the place.
There are.
And vegetables.
The use of the lyric vegetable. Yeah.
I've never heard the word vegetable in
Oh, I
that song
have.
before.
I have. It's the thing that stands out. You're a vegetable. You're a vegetable. It's like what? What? It's so striking.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
jarring word.
It is jarring.
Yeah.
You know what was shocking to me was that the horns until like 80% of the song is over with are louder than the vocal.
Yes.
Mixed.
Yes.
Like I was just so struck by that. Like, you know, like obviously you can hear Michael's voice throughout, but then the horns come in and kind of bury him with for
Yeah.
just these little interjections.
Yeah.
It's kind of like so bold.
That is
would
something
happen.
really different about recordings from this era is like the compression on the lead vocal.
Yeah.
The compression, like they barely compress. I don't know if they barely compress, but it sounds like when you listen to lead vocals now, the lead vocal occupies 90% of the mix. And it's right up front, and there's layers and layers on top of it, and harmonics, and it's compressed. You know, it's compressed basically to oblivion. These vocals are sitting way lower in the mix than modern pop songs.
Well, it's also like, what's important about the song? It's not the lyric, and you get what he's doing with his vocal.
He's not telling a story.
Yeah.
dun 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 dun. That's what's important about the song.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like-
2 and 4. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's
Yes.
like, it's a party.
But it's amazing, like as a person that does horn arrangements for a living, like you never play a loud thematic trumpet line when someone's singing.
Right.
Like that's like there's no way that's gonna fly. And if it does, you're barely ever gonna hear it. That's exactly what they did, and it's louder than the vocals.
One thing I like about the horn line is that it doesn't really change until that kind of bridge section. It's just the same da 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 going up to like the 7. And what I like about it is that when it comes in, it's almost a foreshadow because it's the same notes as what Michael comes in on the verse. I took my baby to the doctor. I took my. Like all the material for the
right.
horn lines
Yeah.
is literally just it's always kind of borrowing from something that's already within the song. There's never too much of a reach. It's like, oh, this was material already in here.
I mean, also
That's really smart. Yeah.
There's basically one chord. I mean, you could
Yeah.
say it's 2 chords, but it's basically one chord.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like a sus one. It's like an implied like
D over E
flat
to
7
a
over
E
1.
over E. Yeah. Right. Which is
Yeah.
E7 sus.
Pretty much
sus,
one chord.
Sus.
and it's like a
Yeah.
meditation because like they go so long and then it changes and then on the outro the horns are the most busiest. But that's
Yeah.
how many minutes into the song? It's like the
If you
outro.
wrote out the amount of hooks in the horn line and the guitar line and the vocal,
Yes.
there's so many hooks for one chord and one song in one groove.
And I love the word meditation. This feels like pattern music. It feels
Yeah.
like the type of music where you just sink in and lock in on the pattern and get lost in that pattern and just enjoy it over and over and over again. It doesn't change. That bass hook, which is like the thing that everybody sings along to and knows, is the whole song. Like
Yes.
that's the whole song.
Also interesting is like whenever like from a horn perspective, that's what we're doing. Like whenever like I think about a horn arrangement, it's like, all right, am I supporting the vocal? Am I like a part of the rhythm section? Am I taking the place of a keyboard or a guitar? Or like what's my role here? Well, it's like for this song, everyone's doing the same job. Like his vocal is a drum. You
Yes.
know, like
Everybody's playing the drums.
Everyone's playing the drums,
Yeah.
including the horn. So it's like
Absolutely.
it's just like very interesting because I was listening to it with that like, all right, like who are the horns? What's the character of the horns? It's like there's one character and they're
Yeah.
also that, you know.
Except that keyboard pad that comes in and out.
Just this thing.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Right.
But then it leaves for a while. And
Yeah.
when it comes back, it just feels the song just,
Just
had
fills
this
it
like
up. Yeah.
these long waves.
I'd be curious because obviously, Quincy producing this and Quincy having such a history of like, oh, the Leslie Gore stuff, Sunshine Lollipops, like Frank Sinatra, big band stuff.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, everything that's wonderful.
He knows how to make everything horn based.
Yeah.
And so I think it really maybe is a testament. I would love to ask Jerry, who's still alive with us, because obviously this record and horns, how they were, is the prototype for how do horns on pop records.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah.
how much influence Michael had on, do this, do that.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely like there's this perfect amount of minimalism of this is what's needed. There's no fat. This is all like prime cut, like
Totally. I wonder how they decided who to give credit to for horn lines. Because Quincy was singing shit and Michael was singing shit.
Right.
Go Jerry. Go Jerry.
He got the credit, yeah.
Can you guys play that line together? I'd just be curious to hear what it sounds like if you're playing. 'Cause you said the horns are playing drums.
Yeah.
So I'd love to
And how short they play.
Yeah.
Like
It's these little transients.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just like
yeah.
Oh, sounds so good.
Like you can't play that too short, right? Like
Yeah.
as pecky as you can do it because you just want to be. Oh, it's only the front of the note. It's a drum, which is only the front of the note.
Yeah.
What does
right?
it sound like if you don't play it like drums?
I mean, like you could like blue and play it bluesy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Nothing.
It's like a completely different song when you play it like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, those.
There's only one way, and they're playing. I wish we had like could hear just the stem. I'm sure it's like sounds terrible on its own, right? Like no tone, just off front, and then it's like it's just like guys that know what they're doing. Like
Play what CJ was talking about before with the entrance, the horn entrance covering up the vocal.
you can't hear. They like they duck the vocal
So
for
you
the
can
horn.
hear
to come
the
in.
horns.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious. Like
The vocal's like the 5th loudest thing in the mix.
You actually can't hear what he's saying.
Right.
I
No,
don't know what the lyrics are because
a-
the horns completely cover it up.
And
It's
it doesn't
hilarious.
matter.
Yeah.
That's a choice that would never happen in 2022.
no pop star has the guts to be like, take me out there. That horn, pecky little horn line, that should be up front.
But what's
Like,
great about this mix is that it's leading you through the song. I mean, it's putting a spotlight on what is the most important thing at every instance. When those guitars come in at the end, those are so loud compared to all of the other guitars. It's not an equal opportunity mix.
Yes.
No, and the horns just play those 2 licks for most of the song.
Is that it? It's just those
I mean,
two?
pretty much until the end. Like,
What are the two? Can you play them together? I'd love to hear it.
So on the verse it's that, and
Yeah.
then on the kind of I guess we call it the bridge, it's the, and then on the outros when it starts to get busy with the da-da-da-da-da-da.
right.
Yeah. Something like that, right? So that's what I'm saying. It really is kind of a thing in patience. Like this section, it happens just repeat da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da.
But it doesn't have to be smart, your horn arrangement. It just has to be like perfect and placed right and put in there. Like there's nothing smart about it. Yeah, I mean, it foreshadows the verse, But like, and they play the same thing each time. But like, it's so good and so important that they duck the vocal so you can hear it.
I had the
fascinating.
same exact feeling about the background vocals. They're not smart. Yeah. Yeah. Like that's what you want to sing. You want to sing as you're listening to it. You don't need like crazy runs and lines. Everybody's just singing yeah and clapping their hands. It's the fucking party.
Best-selling record of all time is not overthought.
Yes.
It's not overwrought. Is not tortured. Is like just. I mean, they came up with that background vocal, and these horn lines, and probably most of this like in the studio, like live, and they didn't go back and think, all right, but now we got to write real words instead of we can't have yeah on this record. It's gonna be a big record.
Mama
We can't say that.
Makusa.
Now, what is that actually? That one obviously is like a
that
major hook
is-
that
no,
comes
it's
at the very end.
What you got, Tim?
So, a musician from Cameroon, Manu Dibango, he actually sued Michael Jackson in 2009. He claimed that his song and another Rihanna song what Rihanna song had the same Mama Say Mama Sa in it? I don't remember. But he sued them both.
Wow.
Because it's from his 1972 song Soul Makossa. They did not ask for permission or get granted any permission to use those lyrics.
The first thing I hear when I hear this song start, let's listen to this. obviously, is that drum machine. Is that a Lindrum?
I would say that's a Lindrum.
It sounds like a Lindrum, right?
Sounds to me like a Lindrum.
Like an M2.
LM2 could be an LM1.
It's that snare drum that's so iconic.
But that's Michael Jackson playing drum machine.
Yeah.
That's what was my first thought was like, wait, like
Yeah.
underrated drum machine player, Michael
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah, drum machinist.
Now,
Drum
he
machinist,
would have
right.
programmed that, right? Like, he's not performing that live. He programmed in that beat.
Right.
But that's his programming, is like, those are his choices. I guess he's credited as the drum machine.
Yeah. Nobody, it's not like he doesn't have three drum
Right.
machine assistants. Like that was him doing it, you know?
Yeah.
I would say that also probably has something to do with what we're talking about with the horn line. The fact that the horn line covers up the vocal is because Michael Jackson co-arranged the horn arrangement. So, of course, he wants it to be important. And it's not like, oh, you're stepping all over me, because he's stepping all over himself.
They're his lines.
From now on, it's going to be Michael Jackson. Oh, you mean the drum machine horn arranger guy?
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, no, he's amazing. Like, yeah.
Let's move on to Mark Ronson. This is Uptown Funk. Tim, tell us a little bit about Uptown Funk.
Released as a single in 2014, Uptown Funk, 11 times platinum, topped the charts of 19 countries. Mark Ronson, Bruno Mars, Jeff Basker recorded the song in 6 different cities: LA, London, Memphis, New York, Toronto, and Vancouver. They took over 100 takes of things before completion. The guitar part alone took over 82 takes, and Ronson passed out during one session trying to perfect it. Written by Mark, Bruno, Jeff Basker, Rudy Taylor, Robert Wilson from the Gap Band, Trinidad James, Charlie Wilson, Ronnie Wilson, Lonnie Simmons, Devin Gillespie, and Philip Lawrence. Mark Ronson did programming and guitar. Bruno did vocals. Jeff Basker did keyboards. Ray Mason and Cameron Whalum did trombone. Dave Guy, Jimmy King, Michael Leonhardt played trumpet. Neil Sugarman and Dwayne Duggar played tenor sax. Baritone sax was Ian Hendrickson Smith.
Wow. A lot of people.
Crushing horn players.
Is that the guy from The Roots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Amy Winehouse and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
You know those horn players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know them personally, or
Yeah.
you just, okay.
Yeah.
You're like your butts.
Dwayne's playing a saxophone that I sold him.
On this dude?
Not on this tune, but currently if you see him with Silk Sonic or anything. Yeah.
This is Mark Ronson, Uptown Funk, featuring Bruno Mars. Here we go.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. CJ's singing.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on.
There you go.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Once you have a song like that in your repertoire and it gets seismically earth-shakingly huge like that song did, you've basically agreed to hire horn players for life, because you can never do that song live and not have three guys back there holding it down.
It's good for job security.
Heck yeah! Come on, good job, Ron.
It's the whole chorus. Well, there's no words in the chorus until the end of the chorus.
That's true. That's funny. Yeah. You know what struck me was that, so you hear the guitar. Obviously the guitar is super important for this song, right? But you hear the guitar right in the intro. And you hear the guitar right after the breakdown. Otherwise,
It's not a lot of guitar.
there's not a lot of guitar, but it's a guitar song, right? It's that feel. It's like, that's the whole song.
Yeah.
The horns are the guitar, right? So the horns take the guitar part. That would be there in the chorus without words, right? That would be guitar. Especially daga daga daga. Like that's all this funk guitar stuff. Anyway, it was interesting being like, okay, like when we were listening to Michael Jackson, you're like, everybody's a drummer in that song. Well, it's kind of like everybody, there's drums, everybody else is a guitar in this song,
Everybody's
right?
playing guitar.
Everybody's playing guitar. They're all guitar licks.
Yeah.
And the horn line is especially that. The other thing I was struck by is the horns play the same thing the whole song until the outro, exactly like they did in the last song we listened to, the Michael Jackson song. So it's like the secret with horns, I guess, is if you get something good, just keep doing it over and over.
I mean, again, every part is a hook.
Every part as well.
And they come back and they leave and they come back and then it's like, oh yeah, I know that part, I know that, and then at the end they're all at once and then we go to the ride and we're done.
There's an evolution to it, is what I really like. And it's like, they do da 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 da. Okay, over and over again, and then finally when the whole band does that, and then the horn. Then the next time the horns do their line, there's an evolution of it. So they wait till the very end. If you looked at how, like, if you had a chart, it's like, okay, horns, 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 and then there's a gradual evolution and progression to how much they're contributing to the song, note-wise.
The first time they go, like, you were like, woo! Like, that's so exciting. It's the first time you hear, like, a sustained note in the song, kind of, right?
Yes.
It's, like, thrilling.
Wait, where was that? Oh, it's such a great turnaround to do.
Right?
Like, you know what it is? That line is an excuse to play the outro again.
Right.
It's like, let's do it again, but you need something that ups the ante even further there, and that line does it.
I just think the production is so smart with the guitar in the beginning. Yeah. You could be fooled into thinking that the guitar is like driving the song the whole time. The guitar, iconic, right away. I know what this song is, and then you don't really. I was listening for it. I was like, you don't really hear it. It's way. It's obviously like still being played, but you can't hear it. And then after the breakdown, they go like, just a reminder, it's a guitar song. So it comes back in strong.
If you freak dead and own it, don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance.
It's interesting. I feel like in some ways, hear me out. In some ways, this is like post-dubstep pop music. Okay, and the reason I'm going to say that is because this chorus, listen to this pre-chorus.
And my band bought that money, break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls
This is a
hit you,
pre-drop.
hallelujah.
Yeah.
'Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you.
That's a fucking DJ move right there. There's literally a which starts on the 2, by the way, which makes it feel like it's lifting. Like, listen to where that line starts.
Uptown Funk don't give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you.
And then
Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch.
that's like the sample that comes in before, oh my God, before a Skrillex drop or something, right?
Oh my God!
And then instead of a drop,
Watch.
Horns.
Drop.
that's a drop.
Yeah.
That's a drop with the
Drop
line,
with the horns.
with acoustic instruments, but it's drop form. This is EDM form, not pop song form. So much so that the fucking chorus of the song doesn't have a lead vocal. There's no lead vocal. I feel like this kind of song would not have happened before 2010, before like dubstep, before EDM form, before that sort of drop pre-drop kind of trope came about.
Tim, how many horns did you say were on this?
2 trombones. We've got 3 trumpets. We've got 2 tenor saxophones and a baritone. We can't say if anybody doubled anything or not. If they.
But that's
if
a
they
ton of
triple track
people
that.
playing that one line you hear.
Yeah.
It's unison, right?
It's just a unison line.
It's
Same
just
like
a
the Wannabe
unison line. Like
That's a great point.
It's
Wannabe
really-
Startin Somethin, it's a unison line.
yeah.
Right.
Isn't that interesting? It's like the horn arrangement, is just one line.
One good line. Can everybody play the line?
Everybody
Great.
plays
You're
the
all
line.
hired.
That's the
yeah.
arrangement.
Yeah.
That takes so much restraint to do that.
Right. Nobody's down and out. Nobody's like,
Nope.
I mean,
No.
maybe someone's down and out. It sounds just unison though.
Yeah.
Can you guys play? Can I hear you playing this line in this chorus?
Yeah.
Can you play line 1? Oh.
I feel like a great hook is like it's simple enough that you can sing it, but not so simple that you don't have to listen to it again to get it right.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's just enough complexity as to where it's the mixture of expected and unexpected. It's to like you have to hear it one more time in order to get it right.
If you just soloed that horn line and you just gave it to someone in the general public, since pretty much everyone on earth since that song was released has heard it, everyone would recognize that. If you just soloed it and be like, what is this from? They'll be like, oh, they would like recognize it or they would know right away what it is. And that's pretty powerful to write a horn line, something without words, and have it be so instantly recognizable.
All right, let's listen to the final song of the day. This is Chicago, 25 or 6 to 4.
My kind
Heck
of
yes.
sound.
25 or 6 to 4. Yeah. January 1970, this was released on their second record. It was released as a single in June of that year. It was written by Robert Lamb on a 12-string guitar missing 2 strings. So there you go.
Guitar.
A 10-string guitar.
We're so good at math.
The lyrics were written in just one day. The song's title is The Time That the Song is Set, 25 or 26 minutes until 4 a.m., and is about trying to write a song in the middle of the night. The song was banned in Singapore due to alleged allusions to drugs, but was lifted in 1993. The lead singer, Peter Cetera, sang this track with his jaw wired shut. He had his jaw broken in 3 places a few months before recording by 4 Dodgers fans after they had lost to the Chicago Cubs. So there you go.
Oh my God.
So we've got Peter Cetera, lead vocals and bass, Terry Kath on guitar, Robert Lamb on piano, Danny Seraphine on drums, Jimmy Pankow on trombone, Lee Lonane, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, on trumpet, and Walt Parazader on tenor saxophone.
You ready? Here it is. Chicago, 25 or 6 to 4.
Come on.
Waiting for the break of day.
No way his mouth is wired shut.
Searching for something to say. Flashing lights against the sky. Giving up, I close my eyes. Sitting cross-legged on the floor. 25 or 6 to 4. Staring blindly.
James Pankow, trombone, horn lines right there.
Is that who wrote those horn lines?
Yeah.
Wow.
So those horn lines. And rest in peace, Terry Kath. He's the guitarist.
Oh,
Hendrix loved him. He was going to be like, one of the guys, but he was cleaning a firearm and accidentally discharged and took him out.
Whoa.
I think he was like 31, something.
What a tragedy.
Yeah, but man, what
Like, he gets his moment on this song.
Yeah.
He sure
Yeah.
does. He gets a couple
What
moments on
incredible-
this
Yeah.
song.
Man.
the horn lines.
I mean, this is like horn arrangement classic. I think there's not one single moment where a horn is playing and there's a vocal in the whole song, right? It's like vocal, horn event, vocal, horn event, like just through the whole song. I don't think there's one moment in the whole song where they dovetail even the slightest bit, which is just like classic horn arrangement. That's what people like. I want horns on this song. They mean, but not when I'm singing.
What makes these Chicago horns sound? I don't mean Chicago the city. I mean this band, their arrangement of horns and the way the horns sound. It just sounds like freaking Chicago. What makes it? What is giving it that character?
I mean, I think it's because it's arranged. It's the trombone player writes arrangement, right?
Yeah.
I think it's because it's arranged from like a lower voice, and it's not just like a melody line and harmonize the melody line, right? Because it's like there's like a lot of counterpoint going on. In
That's
these.
a huge-
and that wouldn't happen if it was like a trumpet player writing and be like, all right, here's the line, like play a six lower, you play a six lower than that, boom, that's done. You know, like, but if it's being arranged by the guy on the bottom, he wants to have interesting parts too. So therefore, if he has interesting parts,
Such a good
you know,
point.
like I
a good
think
point.
that I mean that's definitely part of it.
It's like the bass player writing the song.
right.
It's like kind of
That's a
juxtaposed to the other two that we talked about in that way, right? It's like this has counterpoint, this has harmonies. Da 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 da. Like there's the staccato thing that the other things are doing, but there's also long, luscious notes. There's like chords that you can actually hear, you know, the players doing.
Big band influence.
Big band influence, totally. And, you know, the other horn band, obviously from the same city, Earth, Wind & Fire, both of those bands, it's just what the Phoenix Horns were doing. It's like, it's incredible, all those horn parts.
I don't know what's like happening harmonically, but that first note is shocking.
It's the 9, right? If it's A minor, then it's starting on, which is you know,
Yeah.
the two.
Is it
But
just
it's like-
3 guys in the section?
Sounds
It sounds like there's
way
2 trombones.
bigger than that.
It sounds like there's
doesn't
2
it?
trombones.
I wonder if it's
Definitely doubled in pain.
I wonder if it's 3 guys doubled.
It's only 3 guys on the credits. I mean, one thing also, this is track to tape. Those horns are slammed on the tape. They are distorting. That always makes them sound so much bigger when you just distort the shit out of horns.
Right.
That's helping.
Right. I mean, that's probably also why he was like, not when I'm singing. Right. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Because like,
Bleed.
there'll be so much bleed and they're going to tape and it's like not worth the risk of a good take. Right. But like, it's like jarring to go and listen to it and be like, wow, there's no overlap the whole time. Now they step all over the guitar solo, right? Like the guy starts noodling.
Are you sure the guitar solo doesn't step on the horn?
No, well, maybe that's good. But like he finishes a vocal phrase, the guitar starts, and then the horns slam on, and it's just like 2 busy things happening at one time.
Wondering how much I can take.
The interaction of the guitar and the horns was surprising.
This
There's
is the
no-
heyday of the electric guitar. I mean,
Yeah.
this is 1970.
It's like, okay, we're gonna spend a lot of time on the arrangement, on
then
the song, and
you
just
just play.
do whatever you want to do the entire time.
Oh, guys, I have this wah, I have this
yeah.
distortion. I need to use. I did multiple sections to use all my pedals.
And goes from pedal to pedals pretty arbitrarily.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, it's my
done
wah
that one.
section.
Okay, I'm gonna
And I know this scale,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna play some pentatonic shit.
yeah. It's pretty hilarious.
He sounds
that, like-
amazing. I don't want to talk. I mean,
Yeah.
But it sounds like he missed the rehearsal.
It does.
You know,
It sounds
they
like
they
the guitar
missed the
player
rehearsal. They missed the rehearsal.
the bass line is very simple.
Yeah, right,
And the
right,
drums
right.
are very simple, and so it gives space for the horns to be interesting and weird and complex. The horns give character to the song.
Yeah.
Because it's da 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 da, and then whoa, all the stuff over it.
I feel like Chicago is kind of in their own lane too at this point. Like there were like funk horns and James Brown and Earth, Wind and Fire, but this is like a rock band with
Yeah,
horns.
it's so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Do we want to ask Tim about trivia?
Oh yeah, we should.
Tim, do you have some trivia questions for us?
Yes, I do. And the trivia one is really good here, actually. I like this one. It's really just one fact. And there's a question involved, but somebody already answered the question. What famous musician wanted to make a record with the horn section of Chicago? One of you said his name already. Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, really?
So Jimmy approached the saxophone player of Chicago one night at the Whiskey in 1968 and said, "The horns in your group are one set of lungs, and your guitar player is better than I am." That's pretty rad.
Agree and disagree. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to disagree, of course. I mean, it's, yeah, but either way, that's a damn sweet thing for
He is
Jimmy to have
great.
said.
I feel like we could do a whole other episode on just the evolution of Chicago.
Totally. Oh man,
Yeah.
they've been together over 40 years, and then obviously David Foster and Peter Cetera.
Yeah.
Yeah, total.
Yeah.
I mean, his jaw was wired shut while he
Are
sang.
we sure about that?
Are we
Kanye before Kanye,
like,
right?
right,
Kanye had
right.
a funny jaw for.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like a full open vocal.
Okay, we have
Open vocal.
we have
Yeah.
we have a question from Astro Chris from Discord. Horn sections in popular music have always fascinated me. Each group seems to prefer a different makeup of instruments that creates a different overall timbre. The number of horns overall, balance of low versus high, like trombones versus trumpets, balance of saxophones versus trumpets, how heavy the bari sax is, etc. Do we know what the instrument lineup was for these different songs you talked about today, and what thought do you think goes into that part of the sound design for a recording? It's a thoughtful question.
That is thoughtful.
And I think we answered the question right in the lineups. We explained the lineups of the musicians, and they are slightly different in each case. The one that we didn't talk about that I wish we had talked about was the Jackson recording: trumpet, flugelhorns, sax, and flute. There was flute and flugelhorns.
They don't really read on that though, do they?
Yeah.
I didn't hear a flute texture.
Yeah.
And flugelhorn. Did you hear that?
Surprising. That's a surprising detail.
What is a flugelhorn?
A flugelhorn? It's basically like a mellow trumpet.
Is it like more compact?
So it's like, here's a trumpet and French horn. I like to think of a flugelhorn as like sort of exactly in between, right? Like bell size is about like exactly in between, and it's the same length and same notes as a trumpet, but it's just a far more like diffuse, mellow sound.
Interesting.
You'd recognize it like right away as like, oh, okay, I never knew that wasn't a trumpet, but I know what it is now. What's the role of the instruments in this particular song, right? So if we have to play something that's like more orchestral sounding, more like lush, something that happens while the singer is singing, something that's not like I always think like when you play the trumpet, people look at you, right? Like. And when you play the French horn, they go like, oh, there's horns on this song, but they keep looking at the singer and they keep watching the singer sing, right? And I think saxophone can occupy both things. You can really play with kind of a like diffuse, mellow sound that kind of like fills out a section and feels like, you guys can kind of do both, and you can achieve both with the trumpet, but it's less natural. But I think it's mostly just about like what role are we doing? What function do we have in the song? What role are we playing?
Okay, Jacob, how would you answer this question? What goes into sort of instrumentation in a horn section?
Yeah, I think a lot of times, even with these bands, they use kind of just who is in the room and who is kind of their friends, just like we all do for, in general with any production of a song, like No Doubt has trumpet and trombone. That's their sound. And then you have like Bruno's guys where it's like 3, or Jerry Hay, that he has a specific horn section, like those are his guys. So I feel like it would be like if there's 4 guys in the room and you're writing a part, you wouldn't want to be like, oh, we'll leave one guy out. Maybe if you were really particular, but I think the way a lot of these come out is you write for who's in the room.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. It's been another episode of Professional Musicians React. If you liked it, please subscribe. We come out with new episodes every week. And if you have ideas for what we should listen to and react to next, please leave us a comment in the comment section down below. We read all the comments. We love to hear from folks, so please just let us know what you think we should do next. And CJ, can I ask you to sign Paul Simon, the Red Diamond? If you would just give it your John Hancock.
Put your John Hancock on Wall Simon.
Should we call him Wall Simon now?
I like Wall Simon.
Wall Simon, the Red Diamond. There it is. Awesome. Jacob, so good to have you. CJ,
Thank
so
you guys
good to have
for doing
you.
this.
Thanks
Everyone
for
go
joining
listen
us.
to Crumb. See CJ on tour with Bon Iver later this year, right?
It's true. Yeah.
That's right.
We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.